special edition of We the People. The President of India is a woman, the Chief of the Congress Party is a woman, the Leader of the Opposition is a woman, the Lok Sabha Speaker is a woman. And now, in the past week, we've seen two new women taking charge as Chief Ministers, Jayalalitha and Mamata Banerjee, the latter, of course, demolishing a more than 3-decade-old regime of the left parties in West Bengal. Yet, is India really ready for women in authority? Are women who hold positions of power scrutinized in a completely different way and by different standards than men are? Are women caricatured for the same qualities that men are celebrated for? And are Indians really comfortable accepting women, powerful women, successful women? Well, with us on the panel today on We the People, we have some very successful women, some very powerful women, women who've made great leaps and strides in their own professions. And we have, of course, a studio audience of men and women who are going to ask them some very tough questions. Let me first introduce our panel. Sheila Dikshit, now in her third term as a Chief Minister of Delhi, seems to defy all odds. No matter how many obituaries people try and write, she beats them and disproves them every time. Sangeeta Reddy, one of the best-known faces in the area of medicine, Executive Director with the Apollo Group of Hospitals, also the Managing Director of Apollo Health Street. Shobna Bhartia, one of our most prominent media people, virtually controls the media empire, Editorial Director of the Hindustan Times, also as Chairperson, and a Rajya Sabha member. Also, the first Air Marshal of the Indian Army, Air Marshal Dr. Padma Bandhopadhyay. Kalpana Lajmi, one of our best-known and individualistic film directors, always lived life on her own terms. And Gul Panag, outspoken, provocative, active both online and on screen. So these are very interesting, disparate, in a sense, group of women we have here. And I want to start with you, Sheila ji, if I can. It's become almost a cliche to say women power has arrived. Yet, the figures don't add up. These seem to be the exceptions, and when we look at the mass number, our parliament remains and our assemblies remain amongst the most underrepresented when it comes to women. You made an interesting statement when asked to comment on the victories of Mamata Banerjee and Jayalalitha, and you said they'd overcome the gender factor. What is that gender factor in politics? How does it play out?
I think in politics it is performance, if you get the chance to perform, and also being in tune with the people. And I think women manage it very well. And you may say that women are in power today, but I think women have always been in power. Even now, all the men go to this Mata, the Mata ki puja, Mata Vaishno Devi Mata. So there has always been women power.
But isn't that the hypocrisy of the Indian male that you worship Durga, you worship the goddesses, but God forbid a real woman is in a position of power?
No. I think that paranoia, I hope they've gotten over it, because they might as well accept the fact that with India having all its top positions, most of its top positions with women over there, I think that's the past. Please accept it. And when I say it's not a question of gender, it's a question of what you deliver wherever you are.
Is gender irrelevant in politics?
Not in, it is very relevant in the beginning, you know, the normal cliche which all political parties says, oh, she's a woman, she's bound to lose. Till some of us go and say, okay, all right, men also lose, it's not that only women lose. Reservations have done a lot of good, I must tell you that. There was that skeptical period when they said that the woman who was in politics was being ruled actually by the husband or the father-in-law behind her. But I think that stage has passed. We are evolving.
Shobna, do you believe it's as simple as Sheila Dikshit suggests it is, that the struggle is really in the beginning? Or do you believe that when we look at women, and even how the media or people look at them, there are these certain cliches that are applied to women that are never to men? So, for example, there's a Didi, and there's an Amma, and there's a Behenji, and there's Auntie Sheila. But this is never used for men.
Well, these cliched ways that you're talking about, perhaps a lot of these titles that you just threw up may come out of a sense of respect rather than using their first name. Very often you identify a woman as being a Didi or as being Behen or Auntie or whatever you have. But I do agree with Sheila ji, and I do believe that there is a tremendous struggle at the initial stages. And once you overcome that, in fact, I feel that gender works to your advantage. I think the potential, the charisma that a woman can convey and connect with the masses very often greatly outweighs the kind of fan following that you have for women in power.
Do you think women have it easier sometimes, or do you think they have it tougher?
Well, initially I don't think they have it easier, and people were very cynical, and they said that all the women who are coming in through reservations will be more like Angutha Chap, you know, somebody's sister, the brother or the father or the husband would actually do proxy rule. And to some extent, I think, you know, as a media person, when we were reporting what was happening, we found that happening. But very soon they started finding their own voice. So now, even at that entry level, you find women coming in with a great deal more confidence and not necessarily willing to be just a Angutha Chap of someone.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. NDTV.com/apps.